So we have one last major feature that we need to add as well as just kind of clean up the geometry. So the last obvious feature, obviously it needs hands and a head, but we're going to do that next week. It needs feet. Okay, so we're just going to build the feet out of the leg. There's a couple of ways to go about doing this. So just so you get an idea, I'm just going to do it real quick so you can get an idea of like what I'm talking about. So one obvious way of doing it would be to like extrude out and then rotate this around and go like this and then extrude out, and imagine I did a good job though. You picture it in your head. um and then we just scale it down or something. Okay, the reason why this isn't very good is that you could probably even tell from here, it doesn't have a very strong heel, right? It doesn't feel planted. And this will be even worse if this was subdivided, just so you get an idea. Oh, sorry. Generate subdivision surface. um so see, it has like it looks like a sock, right? It'd be good for a certain style character, like a sock puppet character, maybe. But for a general foot, it just doesn't work real well. The other way of doing this is we could do something along the lines of this, where you would extrude down, and then you could extrude the feet out. So like this, okay? Now this looks very planted, but you will notice that it doesn't look like it looks just kind of stuck out. There's no flow here, right? Like if I try to point his toe, it's gonna kind of tear this area. Um, like it's not gonna deform in a way that makes that doesn't it doesn't go with the grid flow doesn't follow the form of the foot. So this doesn't work very well either. This gives a very kind of like Frankenstein club foot kind of thing. So that one's no good either. So what we're actually going to do is something that's somewhat of a combination of both. So what I want you to do is we'll select all the so go into tab mode. If you're not already in edit mode, hit 3. And then what you're going to do is grab all three of these, and we're just going to extrude down a little bit first. So I'm going to hit E for extrude, and I'm just going to come directly down first. Okay, just like that. That'll be like our ankle. Okay. Now what I want you to do is only grab the back. So you see, this is the front of the character. This is the back of the character. So the two back faces, basically where the heel would come out. Okay. You're going to select those. Then you're going to hit E to extrude. You're going to extrude those down. Okay. Something like that. I want this to be planted. His foot should be flat. So what we're going to do is just to scale this, just to make it flat, I'm going to hit S. Then we're going to hit Z, which will make it go up and down, right? And we can kind of just do this to make it happen. Or if you type in 0, it'll enter 0 for the transform amount, and then that will make it flat. So I'm just going to go like that. All right, next thing I want to do is I need to bring part of this down. So I'm going to hit 2, and I want you to select, I'm going to click on this, and if I hold shift, I can click on this. Another thing you can do though is if you hold alt and click, it'll grab the loop. So it only grabbed these two because from here it didn't know. But watch, if I hold alt and shift and click here, it'll grab that whole loop. So if I hit alt here, see it grabs a whole loop, right? So that's basically the idea of it. Is there? No, why is it not going up? That's weird. Anyway, what I want you to do is I'm gonna hit alt there, alt and shift here. Basically, I want you to grab all the edges around like that. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to do G, and we're just going to pull these down to about halfway. So it looks like this more or less. Okay. So if you're looking at it directly from the front, you can see these are about the same size. Okay. Now I'm going to hit 3. You're going to grab this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay. And we're going to extrude these. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to alt go to the side view, and I'm going to hit E. Now, by default, it's going to want to go like this, which doesn't work real well. So after you hit E to extrude, go ahead and hit G. Well, actually do this. Um, let me undo. Hit E to extrude, just go this far, click, and then hit G, and then move it so it's roughly where the foot should be. I want this flat, so we're gonna use that same trick I did before. I'm gonna hit S, and then if we look up on the top right, you can see it's the Y axis. I'm gonna hit Y, and then I'm gonna type in 0, and that's gonna make it perfectly flat, and then I'll hit enter. Okay, so now that's like perfectly flat, and we have a foot sort of coming out. All right, from here, I just need to adjust the shape, so I'm gonna hit 1, and I'm going to grab these, and we're just going to do G, and I'm going to hit Y so it only moves back a little bit. I'm going to grab these ones, G and Y, so it only moves back a little bit. I'm going to go to the top view, and I'm going to select all of these. Make sure if you go like this, you can see it didn't grab that one. So make sure you grab, so it grabs all three. I'm going to do G, and I'm going to kind of go back like this. I'm going to grab all of these, and I'm going to go G and pull that forward a little bit more, like so. And you can see it's a little crooked here. So I'm gonna go to the front view, and I'm just gonna try and like adjust this. I'm gonna hit, oh wait, that's why I don't have wire or the X-ray on. I'm gonna go like this, select this whole area, and I'm just gonna, not that, sorry. I'm gonna hit R and just, crap, I accidentally extruded. Let me try that again. Okay, hit R, and I'm just gonna rotate, and we'll just do G this way a little bit. I'm gonna grab this and G that up a little bit. I'm gonna grab this and pull that one up just so it looks a little bit more like a foot. Okay, so if you look, you can see we now sort of have a foot shape. Now, the reason I'm gonna turn the X-ray back off, the reason why this is superior is I do have an edge loop that goes down and it creates a very planted heel, right? So it has the second example, it has that like straight down. But like the first example, okay, why you no work? Control R. Oh, it's just not showing it. It also it goes like this, right? So it also has an edge loop that goes this way. So it's got a little bit of both. It's got all the both of best worlds here. So that's why we do it more or less that way. Okay. I'm gonna hit A to select all. We're just gonna again go to mesh and let's just do symmetrize. And that way it'll just be on the other side. You can see something got a little weird right here. Somehow my center line on that got selected. So if you do have vertices that get off center, see this one's off center. Just gonna go to this view. I'm gonna turn on X-ray. If you get off center like this, what we're gonna do is I'm just going to do this. I'm going to switch, we'll leave that on there. I'm going to go to, not that one either. I'm going to go to this one. We're going to switch it to grid, and I'm going to turn it on. What that does is it means it's going to snap to the grid lines here. I'm going to hit G, and then I'm going to hit X, and then I can move it, but you're going to see it's going to want to snap on specific grid points, and I'll just click till I get to the center. I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to hit G and then X so it doesn't move up and down, and then we'll go like that. Okay, and now that is now centered. I'm going to turn this back off so I can see a little bit better again. All right, I'm going to hit A. We're going to go mesh, and we're going to do symmetrize. Okay, so now if you look, we can see we have the character basically the body is sort of there. I just want to add, we're doing one more video of just kind of basically adjusting just the shape, just adding more edge loops and stuff just to kind of further refine it. And then that will be it.